Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery, and we are live at 5. I hope you're all having a great day. My tripod is a little bit wild here today. Well, it's not even a tripod. It's just a wild gooseneck kind of thing. But I hope you're doing well. It's been a beautiful day here in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. We have had 50-some degrees, almost 55 degrees today, I think. So it's been really a great day. Beautifully sunny, warm, a little bit strange for the middle of winter, especially since we've been having like 20-degree days. So it's nice to have a break in the weather a little bit. And I've been running around a lot today. Had a lot of errands to do. Made some trips to the bank. Did some things at Star Cottage Studio. Did some things for my other job as well. Finally got into the store a little bit. It's been a busy day. So I hope that your day is going well. I've been, what else? What else? Anyway, we've been adding a lot of things to the online store. As we've said in the past, the store here in Pennsylvania, in Ligonier, Pennsylvania, is usually often very slow through the months of January through April. So we've been really trying to, divert some of the inventory we have in store, which is quite a bit, to the online store. Who knows how long it'll stay there? We can move it back and forth at any point in time. But we've been trying to move some of the inventory to the online store to give you all out there who aren't local some new things to look at and some new things to check out. We're very lucky that we have quite a good inventory in store, especially of some of our artisan things and ethnographic things that we are going to actually look at some of those today. So that's some of what we have in there today. We have some beautiful buttons and cabs and connectors from Lisa Peters Rust that we're going to take a look at today. Those are now in the online store. And we're going to look at some large reproduction Chinese beads as well. I think they're gorgeous. Now, we've also added gemstones. We've added some other bells. We had the Thai brass bells. We've added some small ones in there now too. We've added some water buffalo teeth and some carved things from Lou Zeldis. Lots of things. We've shown some of them here on the video and other ones we have not yet. So I hope you'll check it out. You can always check out the shop tab and go to latest additions in the shop tab. And that'll show you the newest things that we have out there. Very exciting. Like I said, trying to move a lot of inventory from the physical store to the online store, just so that we can kind of catch your interest, hopefully, because it is a slow time in store during this time. So hopefully you like it. Hopefully you like it. Now, as we always like to do, I like to start out by chatting a little bit. We've had some comments in the past and not so distant past about about the chatting, about the talking. If you watch us, we like to talk. We like to chat with you all. We do firmly believe and wholeheartedly believe that business is more than just money. Business is more than just selling and buying. For us, business is really about the connection that we make with you all, especially as a small business. And I know that sometimes that's not what people want. Sometimes people just want to get to the goods. And that's why we always try and tell you that if things are in the online store, like right now, everything I'm going to show you on video is in the online store. Sometimes it's just nicer to see it on video, right? So that's why we like to show you these things. Now, sometimes these things are not on the online store yet, or sometimes they never go to the online store. And, in that case, what I like to do is let everyone know as much as we can that these are all going to be available in the rewatch. So you can rewatch them when the live is over. You can fast forward through all of the talking. You don't have to watch the talking. You can fast forward through it at any point in time. You just can't do that on the live. But while we have you here, while people are watching and chatting, we like to talk with you. We like to see how your day's going. We like to, we have customers that we have known longer than we've actually had the store. Some of you out there we've known for a very long time, and we like to catch up with you, and we like to say hi, and we like to see how you're doing, and we honestly do care about how your lives are going and what's happening to you. So we do understand for all of you out there who may be watching this video that are like, why is he not just showing this stuff? That's why, because it's not just about being able to purchase things. Everyone I think is in such a hurry these days that they feel like they don't have time for anything, but somehow they have time for purchasing, but not, getting to know people. And while I like that, I like the idea that you're going to be purchasing and want to purchase from us. I hope that you do. I also don't want to get rid of the human aspect of our business. Community is a cornerstone of Allegory Gallery. It always has been. If you come into the store and we're having a class and you're making things, we're not just going to, teach you how to make and send you on your way. We're going to get to know you. We're going to chat with you. Right now, we have some people in the store that have been here for about an hour. We love that. We love when people are going to come in and chat and talk and get to know us, and we get to know you. It's not just about, selling stuff and selling stuff and next, right? That's not what it's about. So community is very important to us. And like I said, we do understand some people, that's not your jive, right? We get it. Totally get it. In that case, I do recommend watching the lives after they're finished and do a rewatch so you can fast forward through and get to any point in the video that you want to. Lives, you cannot rewind. You cannot, of course, fast forward because you haven't done it yet. But I just like to put that out there because we recently received a comment from somebody who didn't have time to watch the video anymore. And I feel sorry for that person that their day is that incredibly busy that they can't take a moment to, have time, right? Because it's really important to have self-care and really, make time for yourself, make time for the things that interest you, and make time for people in your life, right? That's what we try to do, and that's why we divert a lot of energy to doing this, to chatting with you. It takes a lot, right? We chat with you for over an hour most days, and sometimes a lot more. And if we were just coming up here and saying, hey, everyone, William at Allegory Gallery here, let's see what we have today, and just selling things, that would be easy. That would take almost no time at all. We just go through the stuff and be done and over. Wouldn't have any clue, though. Wouldn't have any clue what any of you were like. We wouldn't know the kinds of things you like, more things you'd like to see us bring in. We wouldn't know your favorite colors like we know some of yours. We wouldn't know the kind of jewelry you like to make. We wouldn't know that some of you are remodeling your houses right now, or some of you have been to the vet lately, or those are the kind of things that that I think really matter. I think they really matter. And we understand that for some people, like I said, some people would rather it be completely non-personal, completely almost anonymous. And that's fine. You can go to allegorygallery.com and you can not know a thing about us if you want to. Like I said, a lot of the things we show here in the live end up in the online store, or they end up in the physical store. If you're local, you can come visit us. So I just wanted to put that out there again. I know I've said this before, and most of you watching these videos, especially during the live, I'm mostly doing this, and I'm sorry for all of those who are watching during the live because I know most of you know this. But I'm mostly doing this for the people who may be rewatching this anyway and who aren't our normal, everyday regulars. I just want to put that out there. If you don't like all this talk, if you'd rather skip past it, and I know when you're doing a rewatch, it's not as, maybe it's not as interesting because you can't take part in it. But I hope you do still find some fun in it. I still hope you comment with each other. Even after the live, you can comment with people, and most of our people watch these videos and will respond to comments. So make friends out there. Say hi to each other. Get to know some of these people. If you're a bead person, you can never have enough beady friends. That's what I think. So if you are rewatching this and it's not live, this isn't, it's not too late. It's not too late to be part of the conversation. You can still comment, you can still reply to other people's comments, and a lot of times people will see those. So, like I said, just wanted to put that out there. Didn't want to take too much time with it. Already took enough time with it. But we do get long-winded sometimes, and we do like to chat, and that's just the way it's going to be. I don't see us changing that at any point anytime soon. Even if we went completely online, which I hope we never have to do, but it's still going to be that way because we like the interaction with you all and we like to get to know you all. So that's that. So thank you for sticking in there. And we have people here saying, Donna said, I love your chats. We love chatting with you all too. Pam is taking time for herself today. That's nice. I like it. Susan, hello. Hello, Susan. Other Susan, right? Let's see. Who else is here? Suzanne just tuned in. Hello, Suzanne. Or maybe has been here. It tells us how many people are here, but it doesn't tell us who is here. So that's why we always ask you. If you've never done a live, maybe you don't know. We get a little counter, and I think you can see that counter. I don't think it's just for admins. So you can see that counter and see how many people are tuning in. That's why we always ask you to share. Please share this video. Because the higher that number, the more Facebook knows that we are somebody who is liked, and it will share us more widely. But we also have no idea who's watching at this point, unless you say hi. We don't have a list of names, or all we see is that same, I don't know if it's right there for you all, it's right here for me. We see that same number that you all do if you're seeing it out there, but we don't know who's there. And we don't know who's watching. So say hi if you're watching. If you are watching from within a group, there is usually a link to StreamYard that you have to click that link and give permission for StreamYard to see your name, your profile name, through Facebook. It's usually in the description of this video. StreamYard inserts it at the very end of the description for this video. So if you've not clicked that link, see, we have a few people here. I don't know who's saying this. As you can see, it just tells me Facebook user, because that's coming from one of our groups. I'm streaming into the Design Challenge group. So I'm guessing this person, whoever you are, is watching in the Design Challenge group. And on my end, StreamYard doesn't have your permission to show your name to me. So if you click the link in the description of this video, you should be able to add permission for that. So that's why sometimes when I say somebody is saying, because I don't know who it is. Suzanne got a new job today. Congratulations, Suzanne. Is it still instructing, or is it something totally different? Let me know. Very interested to know. Hello, Melissa. Thanks for tuning in. Pam says that's weird. It tells us if a friend is watching and the number of participants. Yeah, it will tell you a friend's watching. And if you're friends with that, I can see that if I'm looking through Facebook, but I cannot see the total list of people who are watching this at the time. I wish I could. I wish they would build a separate list of people watching so we know who's watching, but they don't. So I guess that's so people can watch anonymously if they want to. But I would like to know who's watching our videos. So if you hit that share button, we do get little symbols after that I can see on the video of who shared things. So we really appreciate that. We are now monetized on Facebook. Yay, that's an awesome thing. We've gotten big enough that Facebook said, okay, we can monetize you. So that means you can send us stars. You do pay for stars. But you can send stars to any business or any maker or anybody on Facebook who has a page that is monetized. And those stars, I think we get a penny per star. So it's like a tip jar. And Facebook sends that to us. So that's something, if you'd ever like to leave a tip. One of our friends talked about it, how she started doing it with some things. And she said, if I were going to, buy someone a coffee or show my appreciation in some way in real life, she said this is a great way for all the makers and all the people that I watch often to be able to, kind of virtually do that. So I don't know if there's an upcharge. I know the first time you buy stars, I think there's no upcharge on them. But I think if you buy again, there might be. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked into it a lot. I'm sure Facebook has to make their money somewhere on the transaction, at least covering the transactional fees. But it is something that you can fill your virtual Facebook wallet, I guess, with stars, and you can send them to pages that are monetized and people that you really like. We do a lot of free things, free tutorials and all that here on YouTube or on Facebook. We also do it on YouTube, but we free content is great as much as we can do it, and we love to do it. I would actually rather do that sometimes than selling things, but we also have to sell things to make money. So when we do the free stuff, a great way of seeing that you enjoy it is now being able to do stars. So please feel free to do that if you want to. There's no pressure. The biggest way you can always support us is, of course, by purchasing directly from us. Stars are just a little added bonus sometimes. And like I said, that's not just for us. That's for any maker that has a page that Facebook has deemed large enough to support the monetization. Suzanne says, yes, teaching yoga at a hospital. Awesome. That's really cool. Congratulations. I think something like that in a hospital is probably really, really important. So one, thank you for doing that and putting yourself out there to do that. And two, I'm glad that you got it. All right, so let's take a look. I have a lot of things. I may show them all. I may not show them all. We'll see what kind of time we have. Like I said, all of this stuff is available at the shop tab. Go to latest editions and you can see it there. These items are going to be made under the Artisan Made collection. So you have the Artisan Made collection. Some of these are going to be under, well, some of the other things I know we put on. We have gemstones that we put on, Artisan Made things. There's something else that I can't think of. Oh, check glass. We added some check glass to the online store, so that's out there. Yeah, we've been adding like crazy to the online store. So definitely check it out. And remember, if you're in the US, all US bound orders over $100 get free shipping if you choose. You can also choose priority, which is charged regular shipping costs, but you can have economy shipping that is available to you. All right. Renee is late. Is it so everyone? Where is it? It's all backwards to me. Everyone always asks about that silk. Almost every single video. Yes, that is silk, Renee. And if you've missed all of our silk videos, you can go into our live tab and do the rewatch of all the silk videos. We've added some silk to the online store. This silk, I don't think we've added to the online store yet. We're getting there. But we have other silk strands in stringing materials that's available in the online store, and you can check that out. But otherwise, you can always check out our silk videos in the live tab and watch a replay of those. So that's available. These are $3 silk ribbons. They're columnar stitched, so they're hollow tubes of silk that are stitched, and you can hide beading wire that way, or you can use them in little bunches together, or you can use them just to string things themselves, tied in a little knot in the back or a bow. But yes, you can see those in the silk videos. Let's see. Pam is looking forward to getting her gemstones, right? Who doesn't look forward to getting gemstones? I certainly do. But today we're not looking at gemstones. Today we're going to look at some artisan made items, mostly by Lisa Peters Russ. These are things we've had in the physical store for a while, but we have moved them to the online store. So we're going to take a look at them today. All right. Okay. Renee says, thanks. I need to look. I am incorporating silk strands into my window treatments. Nice. Yeah, we have a lot of these in all different colors. So if there's something you're looking for, let us know. I don't know how much more we're going to be getting of these. I think we might have to find another supplier because I think the one we had is done making this now. So what we have, hopefully, we have the colors you want and we can send them out. Like I said, I think they're $3 each. Just to give you an idea, these look, let's see if I can do this. Where's the camera? These look like that. And they are about 1, 2, just guessing here, a little over 3 feet. All right, probably a meter. I think these are done by a German couple, so probably a meter. Pam's asking, was the 3-day gemstone sale successful? Depends what you mean by successful. We sold probably half, I think, of what we showed. So I would say that's probably pretty good. There's still a lot left. If people are interested, you can rewatch the videos. We have not sent it back quite yet. We're tallying everything up though. So there's still time to scoot in there and get something if you want to. So check out those 3-day videos of the cut gemstones. And if you see something you like, please send us a message. All right. So, and I'll check stock for you because a lot of it, like I said, half of it sold. So if you're looking for hearts, I think they're completely all gone. So none of the hearts are available, but some of the other ones possibly are. All right. So let me see here. I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to flip this around, and you're going to see the ceiling for just maybe a longer moment than I thought here. And let me flip the camera. I keep saying I wish StreamYard would build in a quicker way. You have to go through multiple menus to flip the camera. All right. Penny, the all-important penny, right? Okay. So, items, handmade ceramic pieces by Lisa Peters Russ. Here is one of the first ones. And just to give you an idea. So this is a wonderful little button, as you can see, flat-backed, ceramic button, handmade, Lisa Peters Russ. Whoops, as I drop it, let me make sure I didn't break that. They're tough. They're tough. So this is only $5. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? $5 available now in the online store. In the online store. Let's see, next up. This one is a cabochon. So flat-backed, no hole, or is there a hole? Wait, let me see. No, there is no hole in this. It looks like there's a hole, but that does not go all the way through. So no hole. You probably could drill that out, maybe, if you really wanted to. But this is $10. $10 available in the online store. I just love these. I love artisan made stuff. I don't know if you do, but we certainly do. And it's one of the cornerstones of the store, one of the pillars, I call it. Artisan made items of Allegory Gallery has always been artisan made items. We love our artisan friends and makers. There, Andrew's giving some information. I first met Lisa at a show in New York at FIT. We were set up next to each other and talked about how we both had healthy and ample stashes. Now we'd have to de-stash. That's before that was even a word. Now everybody knows what a de-stash is, right? So this one is $10, available in the online store. It's so weird to hear her called Lisa, because I always say Lisa Peters Russ. Like, you know, when you start, especially when you're selling people's things, you start to know the people by their entire names. That it seems weird to think of them. Like, we have Diane Hockey and Gina Chalfant, and it's weird to think of people by their. It's almost like when you have a teacher or something, and you know, you're formal with them, and then you grow up, and then you're supposed to call them by their first name suddenly. It's just super strange to me. I love this one. I love this patterning in this one. This is another cab. This is $10, available now in the online store. Andrew says same. I usually call her Lisa Peters Russ, right? Yeah, it's kind of like that thing when you either when you hear a kid call their parents by their first name, or like I said, you have a teacher or a professor and you're suddenly not in the class anymore, or you're grown up and you start calling them by their first names. It's so strange, so strange. So here is a connector. As Andrew said, a lot of these are going to be great for bead weaving or setting. They have flat backs. Most of these all have flat backs, whether they are a button, whether they are a cab, whether they are a connector like this. This is a $14 connector. And no hole in this. No hole in this. But you have the two wires here for connection. So connector or a pendant. It could be a pendant if you want to dangle something from it and have your necklace up here. Or you can connect two pieces of a necklace this way. You could possibly even, this would be pretty maybe as a bracelet if you connected it that way. On my wrist, it fits just right. So it depends on wrist size too. But I just love the, you know, kind of, what's the word? I just lost myself. Sometimes I've been losing. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. I've not gotten a lot of sleep in the past probably week or two, so my words are not coming to me very easily. I just like the natural. I guess natural is really the best term for these. I love the natural look of these. Like they could be rocks or fossils of some sort. I just really, really like that. Andrew said, I've seen her glue stuff in the cavities. So yeah, like in this one, you could glue something down in there to bling them up, as Andrew said. So here we have another cab. This is $5. Imagine that, $5. Like I said, some of these we've had for quite a while in the store, and I don't think you're going to see prices like that. $5 for something artisan made, it's almost unheard of. So these are available in the online store. And what doesn't sell in the online store at some point will revert back to the physical store, probably after April or so. But hopefully we'll sell these and we can get more stuff. That's the goal. It's always the goal. Sell and get more, right? Here's another cab. $6 for that one. Only $6 for that one. These are really a steal. If you're looking for some nice, high quality artisan made items, $5 or $6 for a lot of these, just go buy them. Go buy them, have them in your stash. And then when you make something with them, make sure you tag us, make sure you tag Lisa. I'm sure she would love to see that, and I know I would. Check that out. $10 for that cab. Great for bead weaving, as Andrew said. You could set those. Wouldn't that make some nice, fun, big ring? That might be a tricky bezel to make, but wouldn't that be a cool ring? $10. Make a ring. Sell it for a lot more. Andrew said that last one would have been cool with prongs, right? Prong set that. Ooh, that'd be nice. Ooh, this one's tight in that bag. This one's a little bit more. This is a button, a large button. Here it is with the penny. And this one is $23. $23. I love this. Look how beautiful that is with the glazes on there. Beautiful on both sides, I think. As many of you know, I'm desirous of getting into ceramics. So I'm starting to look at things like glazes in a different way now, right? And how pretty they can actually be. Next one. I feel like this tag is wrong, but maybe not. So this one, tagged at $13 only. Look how big that is. Tagged at only $13. Wow, that's crazy. I should have looked at some of these prices before I had them put online, but there you go. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Andrew said a lot of these we picked up at Bead and Button years and years ago. We had it hidden for a while, so I imagine that's why we probably still have them. Yeah, sometimes, you know, you would think things would just go right from the show right to the floor, store floor, but that doesn't always happen. Sometimes they get hidden. Sometimes they get, you know, sometimes we decide to hide them, and sometimes they just hide themselves. Whoops, I keep hitting the stand. Andrew says, fun fact, we went to the same college. She was in the photography department at the SVA, the School of Visual Arts in New York City. That's fun. I didn't know that. So $13. Everybody go buy that one right now because I think that price is wrong, honestly. No, Teresa, these are not screenshot. These are in the online store right now. They are live. Just go into the latest editions collection or go into artisan made items and sort newest to oldest, and you'll see them pop right up. You'll see them pop right up. You don't even have to wait for me to show them. I'm just showing them on the video because, you know, photos tell part of the story. Videos are oftentimes even better. So we do like to show the new things in the online store on video when we can. This is only $6. Only $6. Andrew said another fun fact, her family used to own a flower business and they used to sell to Martha Stewart. See that? Look at all the things we're learning about Lisa Peters Rust today. I like this one a lot. It's kind of black with the copper or gold. Love it. Next up is this button. Andrew has creepy memory. Sometimes, right? His creepy memory sometimes kicks in. Andrew will be at shows with us sometimes, and he will start talking to people, and he'll remember what their hair color was or hairstyle was or what clothing they were wearing, like from 6 shows 6 years ago. And sometimes it creeps people out, right? But It's kind of flattering too, to be remembered. $5 only for this one. Like I said, a lot of these prices are low. That one I think was definitely wrong. But yeah, get them now. Get them now. $6 for this one. This is a nice little button. And I'm going to put this up here. I forgot to put it up earlier. Just go to allegorygallery.com to get these right now. Andrew says, lately, his creepy memory is going away, right? It goes away, as we are fond of saying. Sometimes things just go away. That memory, sometimes it goes away. I've been having these kind of bouts of spontaneous memory, like things that I never remembered and suddenly they're coming back. Like growing up, I remembered having a fish tank on our one bookcase growing up, and it was a little fish tank. We had 1 or 2 fish in it, but I remembered that. But what did I forget? That after that, we had an actual, like, pretty large fish tank with multiple fish in it, and it sat in the corner beside our fireplace. And somehow my mind kind of like totally deleted that for a long time. And the one night I was thinking about the other fish tank for some reason. I think one of our friends had fish, and all of a sudden into my mind I remembered. And it's weird when and I'm probably gonna make people laugh maybe at me, but when I this is $5, by the way. When I think of something sometimes like that I haven't thought of in a long time, I literally get a physical tingle on the left side of my head. Like my brain just like did something. It's such a weird feeling. But every single time I pull a memory out of nowhere, I get this weird tingle in the left side of my brain. And I don't know. Oh, what is this? Oh, we got Andrew, maybe you can get in there. Normally I can delete a comment, but I can't because it's in a group. Andrew, if you can go ahead and delete that comment out of there, that'd be good. Somebody's starting to spam us. Just ignore them, or if somebody can report that. I don't know who's doing it because I can't see, but I don't know what that is all about. Anyway, like I said, StreamYard usually lets me remove comments, but I can't remove comments sometimes from a group. So this is a button, beautiful, from Lisa Peters Russ. Go into the design challenge group to see it, Andrew. Pull up the video there and check the comments. There you go. And this is $5. And next up, we have this button. Here's the back. But anyway, yes. So I get this tingly thing in the side of my head. Does anyone else get that? Or am I the only one in the world who gets that when they pull a memory out that they totally forgot? And it's always something that I totally like haven't remembered in years. And then it suddenly kind of floats to the surface for some reason. And I get this little chill, almost like a chill, a tingle. You know, when you get a chill and you get that little tingle, I get that in the side of my head. It's weird. So this one is $6 for this little button. Let's see, another button coming up. This one I like a lot. I like the matte quality of these. I really like the matte quality of a lot of these. Like the glossy ones are nice, but you don't see a lot of matte stuff sometimes, and it's so pretty to design with sometimes because it doesn't take too much of the attention, you know, but just a little bit. And this one is $5 as well in the online store. Next up, we have this one. In this one, you can see there's already a little crystal down in there. So that's been bedazzled a little bit or zhuzhed up a little bit, right? This is a pretty chunky one right here. And you have the connectors there and there. And this one is $9. $9. Connector or pendant, depending on how you want to use it. But again, most of these are flat backed, so you can definitely use them in bead weaving or bead crochet. Next up, this one's really pretty. If it's still available, like I said, these have been in the online store just today. We put them in today. We worked on them over yesterday and made them live today. So this is in there, connector. We also added a lot of gemstones. This is $14. We added a lot of gemstones. A lot of the gemstones we added are some of the very small ones that I showed about a week or so, a little bit more ago, maybe. And then some of the higher end stones that I also showed around that same time. So those are now in the online store. I think I actually made a post about the ones saying they're not in the online store, and now they are. We decided to put them in. Sometimes when we get enough requests for stuff, it's just easier to put them in the online store. I see somebody just made a purchase in the online store that popped up. Thank you so much. I'm sure it's one of you out there watching. At least I would think so. Look at this connector. Connect it in multiple ways if you want to. And this one is $5 only. $5. Somebody just bought 3 things. Thank you so much. I'm assuming maybe it's some of these Lisa Peters Rust things. If not, they're still available. If it was, some of these may be gone already. You never know. That's why, you know, I don't like necessarily always to put things in the online store before I show them, but sometimes it's just, I don't know when I'm going to get around to showing them, or we don't know if we'll show them. So right now we're just trying to load up the online store to keep business flowing, because it is a difficult time right now for everyone around town. That was Teresa out there placing an order. Thank you so much, Teresa. So this is $5. Susan says it's always a worry. I find myself getting memory glitches sometimes. I don't like it. You know, there's a lot of, I don't know why, probably because I read a lot about the brain. I like to read about the brain and findings about the brain, but they are finding, and it's been, I don't know whether I'm manifesting it or what, but I have seen a lot recently about new findings on the brain and how memory loss as you get older. Now, if your family has a history of dementia or Alzheimer's, this may not apply, right? But as I get older, I worry about my memory loss because I know my memory is not as good. But they are starting to come out with studies showing that the brain is meant to forget a lot, because it just can't hold as much information as our entire lives, especially as we're living longer. as we as a population are living longer, our brains have to forget more and more, and it's a survival mechanism. So a lot of people worry about losing their memories and losing things like that, but it's really a natural process. And as we, like I said, as we live longer, we do find that that our brain has to forget more and more. So it's not always a sign of anything that's wrong. It's actually sometimes a sign that our brains are working properly. So I would, if you're concerned about it, I mean, always talk to your doctor, but I would also look up some research and current research on forgetting, because they are starting to find out that the brain does. I mean, we always kind of knew that the brain has to forget some things, right? Because if not, this is really cute, by the way. $12. It's drilled both ways, so you can use it either way. Little butterfly. But yeah, they're finding out that the brain may be having to forget more than we thought. So definitely read up on some of that. It's really interesting stuff from what I'm seeing so far. As Andrew said, forgetting can also be a trauma response, right? So if you've been through something difficult, you can sometimes have moments where your memory doesn't come as easily, where remembering doesn't come as easily. But yeah, don't always worry necessarily. Like I said, if there's history in your family, I understand the concern there. But your brain has to forget things, because if not, imagine if you could relive, it would take you an entire day to relive an entire day, right? If you could remember every detail of everything, you would end up not getting anywhere, because you could remember every single thing and you'd have to relive every single thing all the time. So, in order not to force you to relive everything all the time, your brain does have to forget, and it has to make room. And what they are learning, though, is that oftentimes your brain does hold on to a lot of information. It's not necessarily that it forgets, but it loses, purposefully loses the connection to memories. So in the one finding that I was reading about, they say that you're not actually, I mean, you are forgetting, but it's still in your memory. It's just that the connection is gone, that your brain has closed that connection, so that it can build new connections to something else and make new memories. But there are still ways sometimes of recalling that information. $30 for this one. This one has a hole here and 2 holes on the side. So you can use it to dangle things. You can use it for multiple connections. You can connect it this way. You can connect it through the center. So yeah, while forgetting is a bad thing sometimes, it's also a very necessary thing. A very necessary thing. Let's see what everyone's saying here. Teresa says, I have many dreams every night about the past. I tend to not dream about the past. That's interesting, thinking about that now. Most of my dreams are like an entirely different world. They don't have a lot to do with my past. So I don't know. I don't know about that. Susan says, I think you're correct about memories. I really don't need to remember my grocery list from 2 weeks ago. I may have just read that. I can't remember about that. About that for memory. But it's true. It's true. You don't need everything, right? Don't need to remember everything. Donna says that makes sense to me, right? Andrew said your brain actually edits out a lot of info, like close one eye and you can see your nose, close the other, you can see your nose, but look straight forward with both eyes, no nose, unless you focus on it, right? Yeah, your brain does edit a lot of our everyday situation, right? It has to survive. If you took in every detail, imagine taking in every single smell, every single thing you saw, and committing it to memory. Every single touch, every single feeling, you would probably be driven insane. We're just not meant to handle that. This is $20 for this beautiful cab, a very large cab. So you would definitely lose your mind if you had to remember everything, right? So your brain edits it out for you. Pam says, then there are deja vu moments. Yeah, deja vu is a weird thing. I used to have a lot more, but I have a lot of deja vu. And sometimes they say it's just a brain blip where you actually, because you actually take in information milliseconds before it actually registers to you in your brain. So they say that deja vu is a blip where you actually remember seeing it just because it just happened, but you didn't actually fully comprehend it yet. But me personally, I have my own view on deja vu, and it's not that, but it gets more spiritual and um, probably it's not based in science at all. It's just based on feeling and what I think it is. But I really do. I think it's such an odd thing because, yes, it may be a brain blip, but sometimes my deja vu, like I can actually, like I know what's going to happen. Like it's so weird. Like it goes on for more than just a blip. It goes on for an extended period of time where I kind of know what's coming up. So it's a weird thing. It's most people have deja vu, I think, that happens quite quickly and you get one feeling from it. But some of mine are extended circumstances of deja vu, and maybe you have them too, where it's so weird. And this is the last Lisa Peters Rust piece, $18 for this beautiful cab with some crystal in there too, some little bling. Andrew said, for me, the memory loss I have is actually nice. I used to be a lot more angry. Now I can't remember every slight. Yeah, Andrew, his memory used to be fairly comprehensive. So he would remember things from years and years and years ago that made him angry. There are people who have total recall. It's true. And I kind of pity them because I can't imagine having to be able to live with total recall. I think it's impressive, but I think I'm kind of glad I forget some things. Susan says, these pieces are so lovely. Thank you. I'm glad you like them, Susan. Beautiful, beautiful things. Teresa says, my special needs daughter can tell us what we ate at a dinner years ago. Yeah, see, that's crazy. That's crazy. I admire that, but like I said, I don't know that I would actually want that ability because there are a lot of things that I'm glad that I've forgotten in my life. I hope I learned the lesson, but I'm also glad that I've forgotten it. Susan says, my husband has total recall with books that he read years, even decades ago. That's impressive. I can forget a book pretty much as soon as I've read it while I'm reading it in some cases. Now, I'm just going to move on to the next thing here real quick. Let me see. Okay. These next beads are reproduction Chinese. I think these are part of the Warring States kind of beads. These are large. They are meant to look old. They are, kind of sandblasted to look old. $78. These are not inexpensive, but they are beautifully large. If you like large things that look old, these are lovely. I am a fan of these. I love, and you watch me enough probably, I love the big chunky stuff. And when I saw these, I knew they had to be ours. And they may not be for you, but they're for somebody out there. And if that's you, like it is me, make sure you grab them. The phone keeps ringing today. We're closed. We're closed. Closed for business. The next one of these we have. Oops. Price fell off of this one. These are all 78. All 78, so it doesn't matter. This is the next one. And these are heavy. I will say these are glass. They are glass. They are heavy. They are large and in charge. They're so beautiful. All right, and the last one of these and the last thing of the evening is this one. My favorite. I saved my favorite big bead for last. It's kind of green and red and blue and black. Andrew said it started early this morning before we were open. People complaining we're not open. Yeah, that I talked about that in a little bit in the beginning of this video. They mentioned on a post that they couldn't wait, and we don't know if they meant that they were waiting outside of the store or if they were waiting for us to get through the talk in the video. So I addressed the talk in the videos at the beginning of this video. So if you're just tuning in and you want to hear that, you can take a look once we have this up for replay. But our hours in the physical store are 11 to 5, Monday through Saturday, and Sunday, noon to 4. We are one of the stores in town, probably one of the few, open 7 days a week. So even though we're not open at 9:30 in the morning, we are open 7 days a week, and our hours are posted right on the door. Right on the door. And if you need to come in and visit us at a different hour, you can message us and set up personal shopping. And we will be happy to open the store for you. Once confirmed, please do not just show up if we don't confirm your appointment. That may mean we didn't see it. Please don't say I'm going to be there at... Please don't say I'm going to be there at like 4 a.m. Let me turn this off because there are people trying to message us long after hours here right now. All right. So please, like I said, if you do message us or fill out the form on the website to do a private shopping appointment, please make sure we confirm. If we don't confirm, that means we didn't get your message. Okay. Okay, so that's the last one for this evening. And I showed that one a long time because I was blabbering on as I was showing it, but that is my favorite. So nothing wrong with that, I think. Let me flip the camera back around here real quick so you can see me again while I chat with you for a little bit more. There's my nose. Hi everybody. Let me get this. There we go. Kind of. I'll move back. Okay, so that was today's show. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I'm sorry if I've sounded a little bit spacey, maybe. Like I said, I have not slept well in the last few weeks. I don't know if there's something in the air. Some of my friends on Facebook have also been mentioning that they have not been sleeping well. I'm having very weird dreams, sometimes nightmares. I'm having, you know, just problems sleeping. Temperature problems. It's either too hot or too cold. Having weird dreams lately. I don't know if there's something in the air, but I think it's happening to a certain group of people at least. because I know some of my friends are saying the exact same thing. So I'm definitely looking forward to, I'm probably going to take some valerian and some melatonin and who knows what else and knock myself out tonight, because I do need to get some sleep. I have to be up early for a hair appointment, finally getting my hair cut again. Um, and oh, Andrew said we had an issue with a homophobic viewer who was going through our videos and angry facing and thumbs downing. And I actually, the person who it seemed like was doing that, I actually called them out, and said, hey, if there's a problem with our video, let us know. We would rather talk about it than not. And that person got back to me and said that it was somebody who had gotten hold of his account or his phone and was doing that to a number of businesses that he followed on Facebook and thought it was funny. So, yeah, things happen in life. And, sometimes, like I said at the beginning of this video, we like to chat with you all. We like to know you. We like to get to know our community, and we like to get to know the people. And I think that that's a kind of a point that was made today. I could have let that bother me. I could have just moved on and said, why is this person always, putting angry faces on our stuff? And when I actually wrote and asked, it wasn't them. It wasn't them at all. Like I said, somebody gotten their phone or gotten into their account and was starting to do that. They told me that some of the stuff that was left was pretty derogatory. At least ours was just a frown or a angry face on our video, but some got pretty nasty. So, that's the important thing, talking to each other. I think that in a lot of ways, getting philosophical now, but I think in a lot of ways, technology is wonderful, but it has made us lose not the ability, but just the patience or the desire to work things out with each other and just talk about things. So, and sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need is to say, hey, is there something wrong here? Let's talk about this. And it comes out that, there's nothing wrong. It's just, somebody obviously did it. But, and, whether they were doing it for laughs, whether they were homophobic, I don't know the other places and the other businesses or the other people they did that to. But it wasn't the person we thought it was. And so, which is somebody who is local to us, and it's hurtful to see that and think that it's somebody local to us. So, sometimes just taking a moment to try and talk with people again, and that's why we try and talk with you all here, so you get to know us. So if something does happen, and for some reason I would start throwing angry faces on your posts, or start writing you messages that sound weird, you could come and talk to me and I'd be like, somebody hacked me, like, right? Because I'm not going to do that. So I think that's really important, to stay in touch with people, to get to know each other, to know your community and know who they are. And that's why we do a lot of the chatting that we do here. Yeah, Andrew also had an issue with his bank account this morning. Happened. He had a vendor that had one of his personal cards from years ago, and they used that to charge an order out of nowhere for some reason, instead of the business card that we use, like weekly. It happens, right? It happens. It's unfortunate when it happens, because you end up with sometimes overdraft fees and things like that, like Andrew had to deal with this morning. But things are, things happen, right? And you roll with them as much as you can. But Andrew said, yeah, basically lit a bunch of money on fire. Could have been worse, but was not nice, was not good at all. So, that stuff really, really, really does happen. Suzanne says, someone hacked my sister-in-law page and propositioned her pastor, right? So these things happen. And when it's out of the ordinary, or like the person even that we thought was doing this, or that it appeared was doing this today, I don't know them very well at all. I really don't. So could be. Our politics are different. And you never know how much, especially these days, that makes people enraged. But but it wasn't what we thought it was, and what the person who hacked them or whoever led him to believe, or led us to believe. So it's good to chat with people. It's good to still, whether, no matter what side of the political fence you're on, and there's extremists on every side and all that. We can't we can't always let that entirely cloud everything. People are still people. People still like to be treated with respect. People still like to, talk with each other, you know? Um, and that's what I think is important, is getting to know people for who they are. And yes, there are sometimes you have to cut people out. Perfectly agree with that. But sometimes when it rains, it pours. And today it poured on Andrew, on us. It's been a difficult day. Like I said, I have not slept in many, many days. I may not have called somebody out on something if I had had enough sleep, but I did it, and it worked out. It worked out, I will say. So I'm happy for that. But what else is everyone saying out here? Yeah, people. Heidi says people need to grow up, right? It's not why take time out of your day to make other people upset? I don't get it. I don't get enjoyment out of that. I guess some people do. But it's not it's not my idea of fun. I'd rather spread love, spread joy, spread wonderful beauty, beautifulness, and keep the world going around in a beautiful, nice, happy, joyful way. So anyway, it has been a day, and this is nearly the end of our public day. So I will let you all go. If you are, I just want to say this too. If you are part of the William Tries page that I've been doing, and the Triers group that we have going on, there has been a momentary lapse in scheduling, and there's a reason for that. I am readjusting the schedule. I was doing everything in 2-week increments, and I found that 2 weeks is perfect for some things, but too short for some and too long for others. So I'm readjusting. We are still doing journaling. All of the month of February is still journaling. So if you've been doing that, please continue doing that with me. I've done journaling every single day except last night. I left my pencil downstairs. I know it's a weird thing, but I left my Apple Pencil to my tablet downstairs, and I didn't want to go down and get it. So I didn't journal last night. But I have journaled and meditated every day except last night. I missed last night. But if you're still doing that with me, I hope you'll continue. I am working on a schedule. I'm taking this 1 week off of the public go around, and I'm working on the schedule. So I'm coming up with new things for us all. I hope to put some of those in the events section on the page. So hopefully you'll join. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I've started a new page called William Tries Things, where I am picking a bunch of different things to just try them. And you can try them along with me if you'd like to. There are things that I've always wanted to try, or maybe things I never knew that I wanted to try. But it kind of goes against the philosophy of don't try, just do, right? People say don't try, just do things. But sometimes that puts pressure on us to do things right, or to do things a certain way. So I wanted to take from that and kind of go back to trying, because when you try something, you're not expecting it to be perfect. You're just trying it out, right? You test drive a car, you're not expecting that car to be your dream car, right? You're just trying it out. So I want to try things with you. I want to try do new things in my life, and I hope that you will want to try along try things. Go to William Tries Things on Facebook, join our group, The Triers, get in there and let me know what you'd like to try. I have a question up right now. What would you like to try next as I'm building out the schedule? So let's see what Andrew is saying here too. Oh, Cynthia said I had a nice long walk against the Swananoa River. It was nice. I bet that would be nice. Today was a beautiful day. There could have been a walk along the river today because it was 50 some degrees here in Pennsylvania, which is amazing. Oh yeah, Andrew said we found out that the people who got the one building we looked at for a permanent home for Allegory Gallery and we lost out on to them got a TikTok. And he said they had like 65,000 followers now. I don't know how they have 65,000 followers. But I'm just reading through other comments here. Andrew said he's going to start his own. Theirs was hardware to home because it used to be an old hardware shop and they're turning it into a home. Andrew said we're going to do one for the Star Cottage Studio called Schoolhouse to Studio and see if we can get 65,000 followers, right? Cynthia says they're just bots. You can pay for followers, but if they aren't legit, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, which is spread word about your stuff. And that may be true. And that's what I thought. I said to Andrew right away, I said, they're just bot followers. But as Andrew said, they're actually getting reactions and shares and comments, lots of comments from these. So I don't know. My inclination, I've been told they do other things like refinishing things. My inclination is they may have another business or another page that they brought some of these, at least some of the followers over from, because that seems like it seems like their page is getting a lot of interaction for just being bots. Marcy says, try before you commit. You don't marry someone just because you want to be married. You date, right? Exactly. So I think that's why I have the William Tries Things page. I want to try things. We've tried meditation. We've tried journaling. I think the next thing we're going to try, along with this month-long journaling, I'm going to have a smaller one for vision boarding. Vision boarding. I don't know what you call it, but making a vision board for yourself. I've never done one. I've heard all of the pluses about doing it and all the positive comments from YouTube people. Andrew does one from vision boarding, and I want to do one. I don't know what I'm going to put on mine. I've never done one before. I have to read into it a little bit and research it a little bit, but I think that's going to be one of the next things we're going to do in the William Tries Things is making a vision board. So if you've never made a vision board and you'd like to try doing it with us, please join the page and do it with us. If you've made vision boards before, join the page and help us all out. Give us suggestions. Let us know how you did it and what worked for you. You know, we're not looking for just people who are just trying things, because inevitably of the things I want to try, some people in the group are pros at it or have done it for a long time or have already tried it and done it. So we're also looking for people to give advice in the group too. Donna says, my son got me started listening to frequency meditations. I've seen those. And I think for a short time, my YouTube channel was all of these frequency, like overnight sleeping frequency meditations, because I think I fell asleep watching a YouTube video that the next one was one of these frequency things, and it just kept going, I think most of the night. And so I ended up with a playlist on my YouTube channel of all these frequency meditations because of it. But I hear good things about it. Andrew said, Friday is my first day at Contemporary Craft. That's awesome. He's going to be there on Friday working as artist in residence for the metal program there. So that's awesome. Teresa said, skydiving. I don't think so. Andrew would probably kill me before I could even have the chance of dying at skydiving. And that's the thing. In the group, I am trying to really limit it to things that are easily obtainable for people. Someone today mentioned pottery, because I have a potter's wheel now that I got and I haven't used it yet. But I have tried pottery, kind of. You know, I took a little class on it here in town. And so it wouldn't be necessarily fair for me to do that on the channel, but for other people, they might like to do it. But not everyone has a pottery wheel. Not everyone can take classes. So I'm trying to really think of things that don't cost too much or don't take too much money to do, so that as many people that want to join in can and can try things. So um, vision boarding, I think, is something that, anybody can cut out things from a magazine or print things out, or even do it virtually if you just have a tablet and want to do it on Pinterest. I think that's a possibility. Some other things that I've been thinking about are some exercising things, which I have to plan far enough advance and let people know so they can talk to their doctors. I want to be very careful and diligent about that and giving people time to do things. So some of those things, like some people are mentioning yoga and Tai Chi, and I would love to do those, but I also want to make sure that people have time to check with their doctors and, go through the proper ways of starting an exercise program. The same with dieting. There are some things I'd like to try with food and things, but I want to make sure people have time to check. So trying to think of things that are kind of more immediate, meditation, journaling, the vision board, probably some type of painting or sketching or drawing I'd like to get into. And then in the meantime, throughout, even though people will be taking part in these trying events, I will also do like short events for just myself, just to show me doing things, and kind of adding to kind of the hopefully entertainment factor on the page and on inside the group. Just to keep things going as everyone's trying different things. So some other people mentioned enameling, and I know Andrew has that all. As soon as I'm ready, he's ready for me to start enameling. So that's something we're going to take a look at too, and things like that. Let's see. What else is everybody saying here? Andrew said you can do skydiving that's a simulator, but if you die, I'm gonna kill you twice, right? Yeah, as Andrew said, there are pottery things that we can do that I didn't do in class. Andrew's gonna try and do tile at the cottage. So be making tiles, maybe. Who knows? But those kind of things that I know might be cost prohibitive or not accessible to everyone, I'm going to keep those probably for things that I will show me trying to attempt to do. And anybody who wants to can also try to attempt them, but they're not going to be in the main tries. The main tries are going to be, I'm going to try to make them things that are reasonable for everybody. Um, um, because I think, it's all about having fun. And I want to do things that the largest amount of people can have fun doing, right? Because that's where, it's about creating that community. William Tries Things is really just a community of people who are trying to do new stuff and add some, interest and new things into their lives without any type of expectation of being good at it. Um, we're going to try a drawing try at some point. We'll see when I get up the nerve, but we're going to do drawing, and I'm not good at it. I know that. I've never attempted in any formal way, but I know I'm not good at drawing, and I don't expect to be good at it. But I want to try it. So maybe calligraphy. Might do a calligraphy class because you can get calligraphy pens very inexpensively. So things like that aren't too good. What's Andrew saying? If I go back on the dating market, it's going to be real interesting. They're going to have to really like Karate Kid and had a crush on Mr. Miyagi. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's funny. But anyway, so if you want to join me and try new things, join the William Tries Things Facebook page and join our the Triers group. The group is where we have the most content and most things happening. The page is mostly for me to give prompts and kind of talk about my personal experiences through the tries. But the group is where the community gets together and really does stuff. So I hope you'll join if you haven't already and do new stuff with me. It's fun. It's fun to try new things. And if you hate it, then you know you hate it. But if you never try it, you'll never know, right? You might find something you love. I've really gotten into the meditation. It really helps me sleep at night. Even though I've not been sleeping well, I've been falling asleep very quickly with the meditation, even though I'm having crazy dreams and things lately. But it is helping me. And yeah, I think it's been fun. I hope it's been fun. I think a lot of people are enjoying it. I hope so. Getting a lot of positive feedback. Cynthia says, I'll invite Greg. Yeah, invite Greg. I think he would love it. But yeah, I think it's fun. I think, like I said, as we get older, as we get, we're adults, so we're meant to know how to do everything, right? And I think we even convince ourselves of that we've done this for so many years. This is what we are as a person. We are this, and we forget that the whole world's open to us, right? The whole world is open to us, and we are not just this. We can be this, and we can be lots of other things, right? Yeah, Greg loves to try things. I think I invited him to the group. I hope I did. I meant to. I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't know that he's on Facebook very often. But he wanted to learn Hebrew, and he taught himself Hebrew, which is insane, I think. Being a language person, I know what goes into that. And he learned it pretty quickly. He learned a lot very quickly. So, yeah, I hope he does join and do stuff with us. But yeah, if you'd like to join me, join me. Have fun. It's just another totally not allegory gallery related, so I shouldn't be talking about it here maybe, but definitely I think you all would enjoy it. I think some of you out there already have. Andrew said, yeah, we're totally cat ladies on our own. Susan says, I'm William and Andrew's neighborhood cat lady. Yeah, we are cat ladies pretty much. We took our cats on a walk today, took them all outside for a little walk, and Gilbert was rolling around with gusto. He was. It was the cutest thing in the world. I didn't have my phone on me, or I would have filmed it for everybody to see. But he was just rolling around like he was in the that like euphoric point of joy in your life. He was out just rolling around with gusto. So Suzanne said, I'd like to learn Finnish. There's a lot of languages I would like to learn. And I thought about doing languages for William Tries, but unless we did it in a very extended time, it would be hard because languages take a long time to learn. So, I could say, let's learn a few phrases, but then you just focus on the phrases and you're not actually learning the language. So I don't think we'll do language learning in William Tries things as much as I would love to do it, because it just doesn't kind of fit the theme of what we're doing. But I hope, Suzanne, if you want to learn Finnish, go try it. Go try it, because that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Anyway, Andrew says, I wonder how hard it would be to learn shorthand. That is one thing I have thought about learning, is shorthand, because my writing is atrocious, and I feel like if I could learn shorthand, it would be a lot better. Maybe not better, but at least I could get stuff out of my brain faster and write it faster. So I've thought about that too. Sign language is another thing I wish that I had learned in school. We're taking classes in. It's something I would love to learn. Not only for people who are hearing impaired or have hearing issues, but also I think sign language is one of those things like that anybody really could use. Like, let's say you're across the room in a crowded restaurant or a bar and you want to ask your friends if they want something when you're going to get a drink, or if they need something. You can sign stuff across the room without having to run back, talk in a loud environment, and go back. I think I think that sign language is something that I think they should teach more often, just because I can see it being useful to everybody, really, in different situations. You're at a concert and you can barely hear anybody. It's an excellent way. So I think I wish they taught sign language for a lot of reasons more often. But let's see. My special needs daughter is teaching her fellow classmates sign language. That's awesome, Teresa. That's really awesome because, like I said, I think for the people who need it, absolutely need it, I think it's very important. I think more people should know it. I wish I did. But even for people who don't necessarily need it for that reason, I think it could come in handy in so many aspects in life. I think it would be super helpful in crowded areas or high noise areas. And I think it's just something that I think I wish more people learned. I wish I learned. Maybe I will someday. So yeah, anyway, I have been talking a lot and for a long time, so I'm going to let you all go. So you all have a wonderful evening. Today is what, Wednesday? I'll be back here tomorrow with a new hair. Well, my old hair just a little bit shorter. I doubt I'll change my hairstyle. I want something new. What do you think I should do? What should I do with my hair? I don't know. I'd like to have long hair someday. I've never had actually long hair. Like I've had it to like here, but I've never had it longer than that. Except my mullet back in the 80s. And we're not doing that again. So, but yeah, I want some new hairstyles. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit bored with this one, even though it's just kind of messy. That's the kind of style. It's messy. It happens what happens, but I feel like I could do something else. Teresa says a man bun. I don't think I would do that. I don't know if I would look good like that. And I think that's kind of I think the man bun time is almost over. I think that's over. Andrew says, I'll cut that rat tail business off in your sleep if I get that right. The mullet or rat tail. That was a big thing when I was growing up in the 80s. Everyone had a little tiny rat tail or a mullet. It was one of the two. Yeah, I don't want that again. But I've always wanted like long hair. But I think my hair, because I have very fine hair, and I don't know that it would work well with being long. But I see some people who have this wonderfully long hair, and it looks good. And so I've always thought about that. It's something I want to try in my life, right? I've never tried long hair, and I've always thought about it. So I'm going to try it, I think, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Who knows? Not now, anyway. We're heading into summer soon. Can't have long hair in the summer. But yeah, I did have pretty long hair at one point, but it never got like long, like actually, like I just let it grow out, I just let it grow out, but I didn't actually have it cut, that it was actually cut well. So yeah, I had a full-on beard and very long hair. I probably have pictures of it, but it was just because it grew out, but I never had it actually cut properly to be like a long hairstyle. And that's kind of what I would like to try someday. I've always thought about it. I've also thought about making my hair curly too. So curly hair, what would I look like with curly hair? I don't know. But I think it's fun to play. I think it's fun to try things and play around. Andrew said it was not my favorite look. Yeah, I don't like the full beard and the crazy long hair. I want like nice long hair, like actually cut to a style long hair. Donna says, my son has the man bun and the beard, and we all want to shave the beard and cut his hair, right? So yeah, you had your chance to go long during COVID, and I did for a while. It was pretty long. But no, I have to have, people say I had my chance to go long, but not really, because I could have kept going, I guess, but it was getting wild without a style. And that's the thing. It has to have a style. Maybe I'll do long hair. We'll see. I doubt it. It's going to be quick. I'm going to go in quick, get the same cut I always do, number 3 on the sides, get it chopped up a little bit up here, and then I'll be done. And then I'll be like, okay, next time maybe I'll do long hair. Who knows? So Andrew says, get a wig, try it out. Once you get into perms, some of the things you can't walk back from, right? Right? Andrew said, I think the man bun and or beard can look good on some people. Yeah, my beard never comes in very full. That's my problem. It doesn't come in very full. So beard stuff doesn't look good necessarily. And I'm all white here, so not to say anything against white or gray hair. I like it sometimes, but it does age me a lot, I think, if I don't keep it fairly trimmed, which I'm very bad about. Anyway, I'm just chatting now, like as if we're all sitting here around a table. So I'm gonna go, and which we are kind of around a table as far as I'm concerned. But I'm gonna go, and I have some grocery shopping to do, and I will see you all back here tomorrow after with my new hair, which is what started this whole thing again. Um, we'll see you here tomorrow around 5 p.m. I think. Yeah. All right. Have a great one, everyone. Good night.